Matt, we saw a lot of good out of you today. As a catch shooter in transition. What ways do you feel like you can contribute to this team offensively?
Yeah, I would say the biggest thing that I can contribute is obviously being able to stretch the floor um, with my shooting ability and being able to put it on the ground a little bit. Obviously today I didn't really hit any shots. That's really my main thing that I think I'd contribute most about. But I think I showed a little bit that when my shot's not always on, that I can really hit shots. I can really put it on the floor and make it around the rim too.
Your reputation is as a three-point shooter, but you should have you worked on trying to expand your game and get a little more versatile?
Yeah, definitely. I would say I've definitely worked on it here, and they've had. I would say because they trust me more than I've had other coaches in the past to be able to do that kind of thing. So I mean, with Coach Ross, Coach Cahill, and everything, they've really been working with me of putting it on the floor and get the rebound and go bring it up and just be able to make decisions that not always just stay in the corner and stuff like that.
Questions, anyone?
You guys have been battling, every practice. What was it like today? I know it was still a regular scrimmage, but was it nice, having that energy, being able to, actually get out on the court in front of fans?
Yeah, definitely. I would say it was definitely it was really nice. It was much different than playing in the practice facility with no one around. But I'd say the biggest thing is just like we had all like 15 guys out there too. We haven't had that in a lot of our practices. People in and out of practices with hurt injuries and people with past injuries like Malik and stuff like that. So it was good to get everyone out there in front of the fans too.
Matt, it seems like the forwards, especially you, Jalen, Sam, you have license to get the ball and go off defensive rebounds, but also make sure as a shooter you find your spot in transition. How much freedom does it feel like you guys have, especially the shooters, to be able to get out in the open floor and get chances from three in transition?
Yeah, no, it feels good. Like you said, a lot of freedom. I actually, if anything, get yelled at for turning down shots in practice. They say I turn down too many shots. So just having that freedom, like you said, the wings, being able to have the freedom, not necessarily like get a rebound, hand it, run to the corner, and just kind of watch the action. Like being able to make your own reads. I feel like I haven't really got that in the past. So I mean, it's definitely a big change, and I like it here like that.
Hey, Matt, back here. I know there's always something you guys can work on from these scrimmages. Is there one thing that you guys as players noticed today that, hey, we can focus on this and get better at this after today?
Yeah, definitely. The main thing we've been trying to do since summer. Obviously, I got here a month late, so even before I got here, for everybody is just pace. We're trying to like Ross. That's what he's been doing. The main thing since he's been here is big pace in offense. Get going right off the rebound. Don't let the defense get set. So I'd say that's really been the main thing.
So, looking back when you arrived here, what was it like trying to get used to all these new faces and really trying to mesh with them? I mean, yeah, what kind of challenge was that for you?
Surprisingly, it wasn't a big challenge. I say surprisingly because I'm a quiet person. I don't really tend to like go out of my way to get to know someone and stuff like that. So like they kind of all came to me. Some of the guys have already been here for a few years, and I think why it wasn't that hard is because we have so many new players this year that came from other spots. So it kind of even though they've been here a little longer than me, I feel like everyone was kind of on the same page, and so I think it was pretty easy. It wasn't that hard.
Early on, as players were getting to know each other, did you see that people were sort of passive, like, oh, I'll let you get your game off, or was that transition pretty easy?
Say that one more time.
Like when you guys first met, did you find yourself, playing a little bit more passive as you tried to figure out your teammates' games, or did you feel like everybody was, confident in what they wanted to do on the court?
I would say it was about half and half. I think personality comes into play with that. Some guys I think were passive at first, letting other guys get theirs, and not really like doing too much. They don't want to like. I mean, you know how it is. Like you don't want to aggravate everybody too much when you just got here. So I think there was like the guys that were confident, and then there was the guys that were passive. I mean, there's always the guys that are like natural leaders. Like Malik and Jared. So I mean, you get a little bit of both.